Welcome back to our Bluesy Water channel. Today I'd like to go over an affordable option for far infrared sauna therapy and P.e.m.f therapy, in addition to what's called red light photon light therapy and ion therapy. I've come across some technologies. This particular unit, that's quite an amazing deal given what it offers. It's really important when using far infrared and also P.e.m.f to understand what you're going after, and it can be quite confusing. At the end of the day, what we're going to discuss today is an amazing price point for these technologies. And far infrared and P.e.m.f therapies are really important therapies, particularly nowadays, and for what's going on in the electromagnetic environment. There's a lot of people call me all the time who are having issues with their nervous system, their brain, and also obviously environmental toxicity, and detox is huge. So far infrared addresses that issue. P.e.m.f really works on the nervous system and the brain, and these are kind of one of the major technologies out there. The other one is medical ozone therapy, which we've discussed, and also vibration therapy. So if you can get a home clinic, so to speak, where you have vibration therapy, far infrared sauna therapy, P.e.m.f therapy, and medical ozone, you're doing quite well. Each has its purpose. However, the price point, traditionally, we do sell a high-end professional system, P.e.m.f, which is excellent, but it's $5,000, and we also have a sauna system we sell that goes from $3,000 and up. So this price point is $890 for this combo system. So it's quite extraordinary. I've done a lot of research to seek this out, and as always, I look for really good deals because there's just so much overcharging on holistic technologies, and there are people out there who actually are offering really good value. So I will go over this technology with you, and then contact us so we can really decide what your needs are and how to integrate these technologies with a few additional nutritional approaches. Also, we do offer a long-distance scanning system where we can scan your health issues if you're interested, and this kind of can help you focus in on what's going on and what you need to do. Alrighty, so we're going to move on and discuss these technologies. Thank you. Okay, so this is a picture of the far infrared P.e.m.f mat. Also, it has what's called red light therapy. Now, this company sells many different models from different manufacturers. It's quite confusing to figure out what to actually buy, and we sell at the same price as Amazon. But what we've done is sort out all the different variations. Unless you really understand P.e.m.f, you're not going to know which system to buy, and you're going to find yourself being quite confused. You could read reviews, but these are from lay people. I have a professional $5,000 P.e.m.f system, and I understand. I work with clients, and in P.e.m.f treatments, the critical features are Gauss intensity and the frequency are the two main critical features, but the other one is how many coils, copper coils, are in the system. So I was quite impressed when I did the research on this one system I found, because it had the right Gauss intensity, it had a really excellent frequency range, and it had quite a number of coils in the mat. So this is important because you need to get the magnetic field throughout the whole body. So obviously there's some give and take, but really for what you're getting in this system, I'm quite impressed. Now, they sell a lot of other systems that don't either lack the right frequency range, or they don't have enough coils. So I really had to search to make sure all these specifications were met. So basically, here's a picture of the mat. It has the far infrared. It's gemstones. It's heat going through gemstones. It goes about 8 inches deep into the body. has photon red light therapy. It has the P.e.m.f therapy, and it also has the what's called ion therapy. So the far infrared is kind of the foundation. All their systems are pretty similar. You get the heat going through the gemstones. The gemstones have, you can do all kinds of Googling on gemstone, far infrared sauna therapy and its benefits, but this is an excellent company, quality gemstones. So the benefits of far infrared in general are the heat goes deep into the body, so you can detox as the heat warms you from within. You release toxins, you can tonify organs. So if you've got heat going deep into your kidneys, you're healing the kidneys or the liver. And you know, there's plenty of research on far infrared sauna therapy. Now with these mats, they're not a complete surround system, such as a box sauna or a dome sauna system, but you could put a space blanket over you if you want to really get more sweating. But the fact is the heat is still going deep into the body, and so that's very, very important. If you want to go into a full sweat, get a space blanket, or buy a big box far infrared sauna. That's a whole different story, or a dome sauna system. Now the P.e.m.f, again, you have to know the critical specs and what you're looking for and what these various frequencies do. If you call us, we can send you a couple of frequency indication lists about what frequencies work on what conditions. So this system has a 1 to 30 hertz frequency range, which is quite impressive. The low end is really vital in P.e.m.f. You really want to have that 1 through 10. There's a lot of conditions that are addressed in that low end. I'd say 80-90% of the time, personally, I'm using that 1 to 10 range. Now, the system I have that's professional system goes from 0.1 to 15,000, but it costs $5,000, and it's a great system, and there are times when you're going to want to go way up on the frequency. My system also allows you to dial back the Gauss intensity. This system goes from 50 to 100 Gauss. You don't control that. If you find it too strong, the magnetic field too strong, you could put a couple of foam layers on top of the pad and create a buffer between, create a distance. The further away the pad is from the body, the lower the Gauss intensity. Once again, for most people, you really want to have that 50, 100 Gauss capability. If you're highly sensitive, you can create distance, and that's fine, or run in a shorter period of time. These systems also can be used all night long. If you have trouble with sleep, it will toggle on and off throughout the night. This system cannot run continuously. Alrighty, so, but again, I'm very, very impressed that you get a combination of all these therapies for them. The price is $890, so this is really impressive. Real quick, we're going to show you a picture of the controller. Okay, so here's just the controller for the mat, so you can see the different features. It has the far infrared aspect, and you have various temperatures. You can adjust it to your liking. The range is 30 degrees centigrade to 70 degrees centigrade, which is about 140 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe. Okay, so the P.e.m.f has quite a few programs, and you have a manual, and then you have what's called the Photon program, the Photon lamp. That's the red light therapy. Alrighty, so there's a passive ion therapy just that comes through the stones, by the way, that generates negative ions. So that's where that comes in. But the P.e.m.f here is, you have all these programs you can run. There's a manual. It'll cycle on for 20 minutes and go off for 40. Now you can always, if you're using it manually, just toggle the P.e.m.f off and then back on, and it'll kick back in. So let's say you want to do 40 minutes manually, you can just when it's done with the 20, turn it off, turn it back on. That's what I do with mine. So then you have all these other programs that run different frequency sweeps, and you can see the various programs. Here's the sleep one, P9. It'll cycle down. It'll run a cycle starting at 14 and go down to 2 hertz actually. Then the next cycle will start at 10 and then cycle down. And then you're starting to get pretty much into the sleep mode on the 3rd cycle. And then during the night, it's going to stay between 4.1 and 2 hertz, 1 hertz actually. So this kind of starts you kind of in a alert, moving on down from beta down to alpha, then you're going down to theta, and then you're pretty much staying in delta. You're going theta to delta, and then delta pretty much for the rest of the night. And it has some additional programs. So anyhow, these are all the P.e.m.f programs. And I mean, generally, if you're waking up and you want to run, let's say, Schumann, you'd run around 8 hertz. You could just dial it in manually at 8 hertz and run it for 20 minutes. And if you want to go another 20, turn it off and on. Anyhow, so really excellent specs. That's why I'm impressed with the system, because the far infrared alone is worth the money, but it's really quite a decent P.e.m.f system, and for somebody who can't afford to spend $5 grand. I'm also a fan of, having the capability for higher Gauss. 50 to 100 is excellent. It'll toggle down towards the 50 on the lower frequencies, and when you get to the higher frequencies, it'll go more towards the 100 Gauss. Alrighty, so this is the controller, and so again, this can be very confusing what technologies do what, and if you call us, we can really not only go over this system, why this is the system we picked, but also go over other technologies such as medical ozone therapy, which can be life-changing. We have a system for $480, where most systems online will go for like $1,300. And our system comes from a Russian naturopath who is also an engineer. He knows more about ozone than anybody online that I've ever seen. He's a real doctor, and he really knows his stuff. Our vibration machines, we have them on our website. They're $350 for the basic dual motor machine that is comparable to a $1,500 machine. It's taken me a while to find really good deals on this stuff. I actually also found, I did a lot of research for months finding a really good source on CBD oil for those of you who use that, where you can get 3,000 milligrams high quality organic CBD oil from actual cannabis source, and it is $90. So there's a lot of markup, unfortunately, in the health industry. I've always had a compassion for those who have a thin budget, and I would want everybody to have these core technologies, which is medical ozone therapy, P.e.m.f therapy, far infrared sauna therapy, vibration therapy. If you have the funds, we can refer you to the really, the really super high-end stuff. Our Sedona Wellness system that we sell is really the best in the industry, and if you have the money, we highly recommend you purchase that system. And if you're a practitioner, absolutely, please. That's what you want to purchase. This is a home use system. It's not meant to be used commercially. It would probably burn out if you used it all the time. Alrighty, so any questions, please contact me. We'll put our information below, Andrew@blueseawater.com. Thank you.